A boy, with a swift movement, picked up the beret that was about to be blown away by the wind. Turning around, he saw the girl he admired. She looked like she had stepped straight out of a manga. Koju was a big fan of anime characters. Every time before he left home, he would greet his figurines. But he wasn't the stereotypical otaku. During his free time, he worked part-time delivering newspapers. The girl in front of him was considered the school's beauty, and she was also Koju's childhood friend. What's more, she was a mixed-race girl. Unfortunately, they weren't in the same class. At that moment, a senior walked by, and Arari glared at her in frustration. Meanwhile, Koju, obsessed with the world of anime, decided he would pursue a career in the gaming industry. However, after a year of training his protege in anime, Koju found out that his protege had developed feelings for the real-world Arari. These people were just too much of a hassle in Koju's eyes. He remained calm as he appeared in front of Arari. Before he could say anything, Arari interrupted him, saying she didn't want Koju talking to her at school. In fact, they were having a falling out. The class assignments had just been announced, and she knew exactly which class Koju was in. Soon, the school opening ceremony would begin. Koju didn't want Arari to leave and said he had something important to tell her. Arari, thinking he was going to confess, was surprised when he handed her a simple project proposal. Koju wanted to create a visual novel game about a girl who, just by chance, resembled a character straight out of a manga. Only Arari could help him, as she was a talented artist and an unrecognized writer in the school's art club. This was also why she didn't want to talk to Koju at school. The two had made a promise when they were kids. Koju would be the president, and Arari would be the illustrator. But Arari knew that she alone couldn't capture that feeling in the artwork. She tore the proposal up, telling Koju that if he was serious, he needed to present a script. Koju, however, was still fixated on that encounter and scheduled to meet with Arari after school. During the opening ceremony, Yutaha, a senior, received an award for being the top student in the grade. Although she was reclusive, she was the only one who could rival Arari. Koju remained calm because they were already acquainted. After all, he brought Yutaha lunch every day, and she would quietly read, signaling to him by nudging him with her foot when she wanted something. He would then tear off the bread and hand it to her. Koju asked Yutaha, the academic star, for advice and, if possible, to join his club. However, Yutaha's reaction was just like Arari's. She also wanted to tear up the proposal. Yutaha directly told Koju that he was on the wrong path and that, with his current abilities, he would never be able to pull it off. As a senior in her final year, she didn't have time for Koju's creative projects. But this time, Koju seemed determined. He would come up with the ideas, and Yutaha would write the proposal. Yutaha, as the youngest romance novelist, had published dozens of books as a genius high school student. Because of this, she had no time to indulge Koju's nonsense. But Koju begged her for just one chance and insisted that she meet him after school. He quickly revised the proposal and rushed over to her. On the way, someone kept calling him, but Koju acted as though he didn't hear it. The girl was only delivering the teacher's message. Koju, in his urgency, refused her. She thanked him, mentioning that he was the one who had picked up her hat.
何？
お前が
私が何？
Koju realized that the girl he admired had always been right there, but she had never really stood out. At the same time, Arari was hesitating about whether she should enter the classroom. She had made up her mind to see how Koju would confess to her, but when the voice came, it wasn't Koju's, it was the girl's, and it was her rival. Arari stomped her foot in frustration. Both Arari and Yutaha had been stood up. They didn't believe in Koju's proposal.